How did you guys feel about going into combat?
First of all, going into combat, we didn't have no choice.
Yeah.
And hoped that everything would work out when we got done.
People tell you what it's like, but there's nothing really finding out what it's all about until you are in combat. It's like nothing you really ever experienced in your life. When someone is trying to do you in, and your job, my job, was to patch people up, and sometimes that became a little bit difficult when people were yelling for medic in the heat of all these things that are going on.
So how did you two meet then?
With actually the 4.2 Motor Company, and Al was running around with his rifle on his shoulder, and we became fast friends. He was from Cleveland, I was too, and
we became buddies.
Yeah, we became good friends. Somebody was seriously wounded, and we had to get him back. And the biggest frustration is not being able to get all these people back to MASH. With our helicopter service and the fact it was probably 10 or 15 miles back. Yeah. And at 20 below zero, and you're trying to fight the cold weather and the Chinese and the North Koreans.
What were the conditions like where you were at when you were together?
We were in the mountains. The winters were severe. I'll let you address that too. The winters were severe. Temperatures could get up to 30 below zero. 10-foot snow drifts. The only good thing about really bad weather is that we knew the Chinese were not going to attack us.
So over the years after the war, did you wonder about each other? What had happened to them?
I always wondered why I couldn't get a hold of Al Chuhay, and I was calling him the wrong name. Stop bumping me.
Oh, sorry, we're here.
That's all right. I'm kidding. But I'm just glad we found the right Al Chuhay, that's all.
Yeah.
What about you, Al? Did you ever wonder what happened to Jack? Or?
Well, you know, I really didn't think of individually people that I was with, because I said before, once you go your own way, it's hard to keep in touch.
We met when I first called him, that probably the next week when I brought a picture over, and I was so anxious to find out if this was the real guy.
Oh, okay.
Knocked on his door, and I had the picture in my hand, and the inside door open, and I had the outside storm door open, and I said, Al? And he said, yeah, I think that's you. He said, and I'm standing outside holding the picture. He said, maybe you better come in and we'll both look at it.
So you didn't recognize each other at first, or?
Well, he had more hair the first time I met him.
You have to bring that.
So did I.
Do you think each other has the same personality?
I think so. And I'm answering for myself, but now you meet certain people that you hit it off with that are good people, and you have things in common, and I think that's how it began. And even though we've changed in terms of how we look, I think my feeling is still there. Having been a good friend and survived a thing like Korea, there's a lot to be said for that. It's still there, still a good feeling of, Al, I'm glad you're here.
We'll stay friends for a long time.
Okay.
That's for sure.